Hello, you degenerate old schoolers, and welcome back to another episode of The Orb. Tonight is another New England Old School Monthly Atlantic. FYI, NoobCon just fired off this weekend. Super happy to see some footage coming out of there. When you get a chance to check it out, hopefully I'll get a chance here in about 2 years to come over and play with you fuckers. Anyways, let's take a look at some decks. Here's a look at Dominic's deck. He started off with Me Make Boo Boo For You. Looks like he's running the traditional burn package, lightning bolts, chain lightnings, sonic blasts, factories, black vice, and the ever lovely fireball. We can see in his deck photo here that he took, he has some shatters in there possibly. He's also marked Happy Pile, looks like that's the Power 9, and Pretty Land. I guess for his dual lands, fair enough, they are pretty lands. Haven't seen too many deck photos that look like this, but good job, Dominic. It seems to work. We'll take a quick look at my deck. Here's a look at my monthly deck. It's 5 colors. It's kind of greedy. 2 white on the Serra Angels, 2 blue for the counter spells, 2 blue for the Brain Geyser. Same with the Control Magic, Mana Drain. I don't know, I think it's greedy. I do have a play set of Tundras in there. We do have a bunch of mana sources. It can run one of 2 ways. We can jam out Savannah lines and hopefully a factory or 2 in race, followed by a Suchi backup, or we can trade cards back and forth. Disenchant, Swords of Plowshare, Fireball, Balance, and then we get to the long game. Or maybe I get lucky and take a creature with a Control Magic, or drop a Suchi or Serra Angel. Take over the game, be up on cards, and start swinging in for 4 turn to end it. So I don't know. I think I was a little greedy this month on the mana base. That and Suchi is quite shitty in Atlantic, just because that 4 colorless mana can come back and haunt you. Oh well, let's get off to game number 1. And here's a look at game number 1. So I start off with the play Loa, which, that shit makes you happy, right? Turn 1 or turn 2. I mean, ideally, you're on the draw, right? You didn't win the roll. Your opponent starts off, it's like, I'm gonna fuck you up real bad, and then you're just like, Loa. What? Loa pass feels pretty much just as good. Opponent in a Ruby, a factory, tapping 1. Oh, fuck me running. Way to ruin a fucking great time with a Loa. Black Vice is the gift that keeps on giving when your opponent is a dick and plays a Loa. Okay, so draw up to 7. Draw with Loa. Go to 8. Looks like I'm playing a factory. Back down to 7. Yeah. Not a whole lot in my deck I can play with 1 colorless. Wow. Dominic's applying pressure right out of the gate. Oh, chain lightning to the face. So I'm down to 15. Go to my upkeep. Sons of bitch, I'm down on 12. 8 life is gone. I mean, a third of this game, a bit over a third of this game, has evaporated in front of me in 2 turns. I play another factory. Okay, a blocker on board. That's good. Factories can pump. Tapping 2 colorless. Yeah, Chaos Orb. Okay. Well, we're on the orb. Let's do some fucking flipping. And here we go. I'm sure I'm targeting that pain in the ass Black Vice. That's slowing down my extra card draw. Ooh, clean flip covers about 45% of the card. Yeah, Chaos Orb in for the strike. Serbia gives a 6.8. Canada 7.2. Orbs in the bin. Black Vice is in the bin. I passed my opponent. 6 in hand, so I did have to skip, you know, my law activation that turn. I'm tapped out. Look at this. Opponent fucking chucking ridiculous amounts of damage at my face. Comes in for 3. I'm down to 10. Oh no, I'm sorry. I'm down to 9. Half the game's over. It's okay, because Aloha is just shoving cards in my hand. An Ivory Tower, I'd feel really good, but I don't have one in the deck or the sideboard. I'm pointing. It seems like we're talking. Oh, I miss a land drop. Son of a bitch. Loa gone wrong. I have to discard. Yeah, I drew up to 7. I tapped with Loa, drew to 8, so I have to discard 1 card. I pitched the Brain Geyser. I guess I'm so far away from being able to use it. Oh, this is looking bad. Opponent strikes me down for another 3 with a Lightning Bolt. Oh, fuck. I'm down to 5 life. 5 life. Draw with Low again. I mean, I'm digging. Here we go. Underground Sea. Pitch a book. This does not feel good. Opponent tapping 3 and a Side Blast. Oh, brutality. He goes down to 18. I'm sorry, he's at 16. I'm staring at the barrel of 2. 2. You don't want to go to 2 when you're facing a red deck, and he taps 4 Fireball. Oh, shit. Wow, that game went quick. Lots of burn. I got murdered. Blue, red, burn. Just ran me over. Trucked me. So let's swap out some cards and move on to game number 2. And we're moving on to game number 2. As we just saw, Dominic's up 1-0. We both decide to have a drink. I think he had a buddy over. I fire off a Tundra and a Sapphire. 2 blew up. What my deck wants to be able to do. Dominic leads with a Jet and a Tropical Island. I slammed down a factory. The last game I had a Loa and 2 factories out. It's pretty early. That's some things you want to do real quick. And son of a bitch, this guy makes me want to drink. He fires off an Ancestral Recall. Even though I have 2 blue open, he has fucking brass balls, you know, that are huge, and he just says, "Fuck off. Here's my ancestral. I'm waving it in your face. I could give a shit less about your 2 blue. You probably don't even have counter spells in that deck." And he did it, and it worked out just fucking perfect. Like, so he fires off a volcanic. I think he's looking at his hand. He knows he's got to thin the herd a little bit. I think he's probably got 8 in hand, maybe 9. Let's see. Oh, firing off a lightning bolt. I dropped a 17. Take a bolt to the face. Okay. Play down my 4th mana source. Send Factory in for 2. I think that's the first damage I've dealt my opponent for both games. He took some damage last game because he was dealing it to himself. He drops to 18. You know, he fires out his 4th mana source. It's a Taiga. And just passes. I mean, with all that burn. Uh-oh. With all that burn, he's tapping 4. He's doing some skanky shit. I don't even know what it is. Counterspell says, "Get the fuck out of here." And swing back in for another 2. Okay, that puts him down to 16. You know, Factory's on the offensive here. That Factory worker's poking my opponent in the chest, saying big words. He fires down a Factory of his own. Okay. So, you know, maybe I get another attack in. Really, Factory attacking in with a full grip of cards on my opponent that's playing nothing but burn is kind of brazen anyways. But he's tapping to... he's going to take a walk through his deck and figure out the best fucking card in there. After he figures out what the best card is, not only is he not going to show it to me, but he's just going to put it in his hand and fucking call it a day. So he's got the Demonic Tutor out. And there it is. His fucking deck poops out the best card he has. And a little shuffle. Okay, opponent's tapping 2. Oh, Time Walk. That's a pretty good fucking card. I mean, back in the day, right? We got creatures in play. Time Walk's like the card we play to come in for the kill. Oh, opponent tapping everything. Brain Geyser. Oh, this is special. Brain Geyser for 3. So, wow, he's up 6 cards on me at least. Ancestral for 3, Brain Geyser for 3. Plays out another land. We'll call it 7 cards because he did Time Walk. Yeah. Tapping 5, Serra Angel. Okay, real threat. Hit the board. He only has 1 blue open, can't counter. I pass to him, he taps, plays out a Strip Mine. And, I mean, even if he strips the Factory, I could care less at this point. Serra Angel's a blocker. Although I probably won't use her much as a blocker because she deals 4 on the offense, but, you know, if he does have a Bolt or Chain Lightning, he can come in with this Factory, lose a Factory, and then settle the score and murder the Serra with the Chain or the Bolt. Okay, tapping 3, Side Blast. So, opponent's losing 2 more life. He's down to 14. Serra Angel is out of the way. That bitch has just been fucking died by migraine with the Side Blast. Tonight's not a good night for her. She's in the bin. And he comes in for 2. I'm on 15. Opponent's on 14. Okay, tapping 4 on my side. Oh. Guess I'm looking at my mana. Okay, tapping 3. Chaos Orb. Uh-oh. I like Chaos Orb. And an activation. Okay, opponent strips my factory. Let's take a look at the orb flip. Alright. So opponent fired strip mine into my factory. My orb has to be going back to my opponent's factory. And here we go. Oh, yeah, there we go. We're covering, I think, 63% of my factory for his. His factory hits the bin. Zanzibar gives a rating of 7.8. Tanzania gives it a 7.3. That's kind of questionable. Opponent says, fuck you. Take a fire or lightning bolt to the eye. Down to 12 I go. Okay, the threats have been neutralized. You know, we're pretty much equal here. I'm still rocking with 3 cards in hand. I think my opponent's got about the same. Although he's gone through way more cards than I have. 14 to 12. He is tapping everything he has. Uh-oh. And Fireball. Here we go. Fireball for 4. Look at this shit. Fuck off, Fireball. Take that shit, packing home. Blue Elemental Blast in from the sideboard. Tap 1, lose a life with City of Brass, and I do not take 4 damage, I only take 1. And here we go, dropping a book. Okay. It's the card advantage I need to get back in this game. Drinking some bourbon. Bourbon's good. Makes you think, right? Sometimes, not all the time. Opponent has a lot of mana open. Looks like we're staring at 6. That's the almighty number for robots. Is it the almighty number for the burn deck? Okay, Shatter in. So, book. He says no books here, no books allowed. We're gonna throw them in the trash can. And now you can go as long as you don't read. So I'd rather read. Reading's good, right? I'm almost sure of it. Looks like I'm passing with 2. Restacking my mana in a menacing way. Get the 2 blue next to each other. Opponent fires back with a factory. Factory's tough. I mean, that's creature and going on the offensive. I do have disenchants and swords to plowshares. Fucking bullshit. Another factory. These are good cards. Opponent's coming in for 3. I'm down to 8. He's on 14. I mean, I felt like we had balanced here. I got rid of a factory. He got rid of a factory. And then he just top decked 2 more factories. I have 4 cards in hand. That's not... Oh shit, he's counting things. Stop counting. That's not good. I mean, he can come up with like 8 or 9 mana right now. He is tapping red. Well, maybe he's not tapping shit. Yep, factory. Here we go. Activating and coming in with 2 factories. Ah, this is brutal. I'm down to 4. Wow. Oh, we were so close, and I just fire off another Tundra. I didn't have an answer before. That was my top deck. Shit. Shit. This is not good. This is not good at all. Oh, Volcanic. And activate a factory, and come in for 4. Oh, I show my opponent 2 counter spells, a city, and a bottle of control magic. All fucking great cards, but they're just bullshit against factory. They can't do anything. Wow, factory is such a pain in the ass. Congratulations to Dominic. He takes it down 2-0. And give a like, subscribe, leave a comment. Have a good night. Thanks for watching The Orb.